Hi friends, today's topic is how to avoid loss in the stock market. So, if you ask any of your friends, neighbors, or any of your relatives regarding the stock market investing, most of them will discourage you and mention that it is another form of gambling. Many individuals still believe that there is no logic behind the stock market movement. Those who earn big from the stock market are just lucky. On the contrary, the interesting fact is that almost all the billionaires in the world have created their fortune through the stock market, either directly or indirectly. Directly refers to this direct investment in the stock market or in the stocks, and indirect refers to listing your company in the stock market. One of the world's most richest person, Warren Buffett, created his fortune through direct stock market investing, while the other billionaires like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Larry Page, founder of Microsoft, Facebook, and Google, respectively, made their fortunes by listing their companies on the stock market. Even in India, you will find that many billionaire investors like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who created their entire wealth from direct stock investing. My question is, if stock investing is another form of gambling, then how these billionaires have created their fortune from the stock market? You may earn 1000, you may earn 1 million from gambling, but it is not possible for any cost to become a billionaire or to become the world's third richest person by gambling. Can you say that just luck is enough? Luck can favor once, twice, or even thrice, but there is consistently, if you're making money from the stock market, it's not luck anymore. It's your hard work, your experience, and your knowledge in that field. Gamblers don't become billionaires consistently. You don't find people who are gambling to become billionaire. They go to gamble to try their luck, and luck, it's the law of probability. It does not favor you, it does not favor humans, it does not favor anyone, even me. So let's understand the logic and what are the pitfalls that people face. So, going ahead, on the contrary to this, 80% of the retail investors lose their hard earned money on the stock market. When we say retail investors, what do we mean? It means people like you and me who have a full time job, and that is their source of income, and then they try to save money from that main source of income and try to invest it in the stock market, whereas the others would be either direct investors or might be banks and mutual fund companies who are investing. As per statistics, 80% of the retail investors suffer overall loss from the equity investment. Now, the most important point that arises is why maximum retail investors, small investors, lose their hard earned money in this market, while a group of people is creating their fortune. This book will explain you in detail why the majority lose their money in the stock market, how to avoid it, and what are the methods to build a fortune from the stock market. To avoid a loss in the stock market, you need to know the reason why people lose. I am going to share a real life example that will explain the reason for losing the money. I think many of you will be able to relate to it. So the example goes like this. Few months back, I met my friend uh, and had a conversation with him. His name is Rohit. He had become an investor in the stock market. And I was surprised to know that he had lost almost 10 lakhs rupees from the stock market. During the last 5 years in the stock market, he had applied various techniques, followed various analysts, and ended up cumulative loss of around 10 lakhs. However, at several instances he made money, but the profit was too little as compared to the losses occurred. I am dividing this story of the stock market journey into four phases. Let's have a detailed look at each phase and let's analyze exactly where he went wrong. The first phase. Around 5 years back, Rohit didn't have any idea of the stock market but was eager to invest. One of his friends was a stockbroker who used to trade regularly. Rohit was interested but did not have any idea of how to start. In such a situation, Rohit approached to his broker cum friend without delaying further. His friend opened a trading and demat account as expected from the stockbroker. Rohit then handed over his initial amount of around rupees 1 lakh to the trader to trade on his behalf. That was the best available option as he did not have much knowledge about what to buy, how to buy, and sell. Initially, everything was running smoothly. Almost every day, his broker used to share some news based tips, asked his permission to trade on that account. Then, at the end of that day, Rohit used to receive a phone call regarding the earnings. After some initial gains, Rohit handed additional 50,000 rupees to his friend cum broker for trading. It was a nice start. He had already earned 20% profit without any technical know how. All of a sudden, the situation changed. There was no more trade confirmation call. He was not receiving any call from his trader cum friend or a broker cum friend for the last 15-20 days. His broker no longer used to call him. Rohit was worried. Suddenly, he was shocked to know that 50% of his initial amount was wiped away. For the first time investor, 50% loss in the invested amount is too hard to accept. He came to know that due to unfavorable macroeconomic situation in the market has crashed badly and it wouldn't change soon. With deep frustration, Rohit instructed his broker cum friend to sell his entire holdings. While closing his trading account, he figured out that including brokerage and other charges, 55% of his initial investment wiped away. So friends, he invested around 1.5 lakhs in India, and at the end of it he took home anywhere, means he said somewhere around 65 to 70,000 is what he took back. Now let's try to understand where he was wrong. In the stock market, blindly following your broker or your friend may cost you badly. You have noticed that whether you gain or lose, your broker always makes profit or remains in profit. You have to pay brokerage for every transaction, whether you buy or you sell. Your broker can earn only if you trade. So it's obvious for your broker, he will encourage you to buy and sell frequently. All of us are concerned to maximize our income. While you are concerned to earn more from the stock market, similarly, your broker is also concerned to maximize his income. Due to this, the maximum times the broker encourages you to trade frequently, and he gives you the concept of intraday and so on. Exactly here the problem arises. The more you trade, the chances of suffering loss will widen. At the same time, your broker's income will keep increasing. In the later part of this chapter, I will mention in detail on why frequent traders widen the chance of losing money. Now let's proceed to the second phase of the story of Rohit. So Rohit had closed his trading account after the first incident. I was eager to know what inspired him to come back to the market. After 6 months from his first bitter experience in the stock market, he started following few newspapers regularly. For stock tips, watching television channels like CNBC, browsing internet, reading newspaper became his habit. This was the time when equity market was on bull run. Almost every day market touched new heights. Most of the stock were in upward journey. Various analysts in television and newspaper were all expressing their optimistic view. They all said the bull is back. Many of them were commenting like this is the time the market is going to touch a different height, which has not happened in the last 2-3 years. Rather, Rohit was tempted and he was eager to make the most of this situation. Without wasting time, he applied for a new demat and trading account. This time he got associated with a reputed broker. He was eager to enter the market rally to earn some quick bucks, so he opted into intraday trading. One of the most common ways to earn quick money. The best part is that intraday trading tips are available for free of cost on the various newspapers and television channels. There are plenty of market analysts who offer free trading tips. Rohit started following them. His broker was ready to provide him 10 times the margin on the intraday trading. For every 100 rupees in his trading account, he could trade for 1000 rupees in intraday. So he dedicated 50,000 so that this amount could trade up to 5 lakhs in the intraday. Everything was great. There was plenty of free trading trips, enough margin money to trade, and there were several instances where Rohit gained from these tips. But the problem was that only 1 or 2 loss-making trades wiped away the entire gain earned from the 5 to 6 profit making trades. This is a peculiar problem. Gains are always little compared to losses. Rohit cannot figure out exactly where he was wrong. He had applied stop loss as per the analyst, but many times the stock started its upward journey after touching the stop loss. After 4 months from trading, he took a break to calculate the overall gain. The result was shocking. In spite of various successful trades, his initial capital didn't appreciate at all. Moreover, he was suffering from 20% overall loss. The interesting point is that during the 4 months, around the 70% of his trades were successful. He made money on those occasions. Only 30% of loss making trades wiped out the entire gain. That was really frustrating. In spite of keeping stop loss and targets, he ended up with booking small profits on successful trades and big losses on unsuccessful ones. For example, once he purchased Reliance at rupees 800. He achieved his first target of 810. He booked his profit of 10 rupees. Another day he purchased Reliance for 800, put a stop loss of 790. However, the stock crashed so badly that it reached 780 without touching 790. So he was forced to sell at 780 and booked the loss of 20 rupees per share. So Rohit was in deep frustration while start sharing this, why every time the stock market behaves with me in such a way. मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों होता है? Where he was wrong. He was wrong at the very beginning. Intraday trading is almost a short way to accumulate losses. Can't believe it? Well, show me a single person who has consistently been making money from the intraday trading for at least 1 to 2 years. Throughout the world, show me even a single billionaire who made his fortune only by a day trading. You won't find a single person. You can make money once, twice, or thrice, but you are bound to lose after that. Generally, loss is always greater than profit. Try it yourself. Take an intraday trip from anywhere, from any analyst. There are many paid stock tips providers who claim 99% success ratio. Follow the tips, trade in the intraday, and check the results. It may sound bitter, but the reality is not a single market analyst can help you in creating a wealth from intraday trading. Now you may think, if this is the case, then why so many people jump into the day trading? There are various reasons which I will discuss in detail in the later part of this chapter. As of now, just note the indirect encouragement from your broker. You have 50,000 rupees in your trading account. However, your broker is willing to give you 5 lakhs, 10 times your amount. Why? This is called as margin trading. But as I told you earlier, whether you buy or you sell, the only person who makes money is your broker, and hence he's encouraging you to buy with 10 times the amount so that he gets 10 times the brokerage. Now let's go to the third phase of Rohit's story. Rohit had burnt his fingers in the day trading. Now he committed not to repeat the same mistake again. He was now more careful but also very highly optimistic to earn from the stock market. The only problem was that he had limited funds. He started accumulating few well-known stocks and planned to hold it for the next few months. His portfolio was showing 20% gains over the 10 months. In this process, he accumulated around 8 lakhs rupees. He was very happy. During this time, he came across an attractive offer, loan against share, in which one must keep stock as a collateral for the loan. Depending upon the stock, one can receive loan amount up to 80% of funding to the total net worth. Bank has right to liquidate the collateral stocks if you fail to maintain the minimum collateral value. Rohit did not think twice. He was getting around 20% annualized return from the stock. Considering 12% interest rate on the bank loan, this was an attractive deal, a saving or an increase of 8%. So he kept his entire investment as a collateral, didn't hesitate to take the loan. Things were going fine as long as the market was moving upwards. Rohit was happy to notice that his investments were growing at exponential rate. Yeah, even when we listen to the story, we feel, oh wow, Rohit has made it. For every percentage increase in the share value, the bank was ready to provide additional loan. Rohit was planning for more leveraged position. While everything was going smooth, the stock market suddenly took a U-turn. Within 10 days, his portfolio value dropped by 20%. Rohit was supposed to maintain a collateral amount, but with the further market down, he was in big crisis. He was forced to sell a part of his investment to maintain the collateral. Things were worsening. Market continued the downward journey. There was a widespread pessimism. Equity analysts who were predicting big targets just few months back were all expressing that the bear is back and it's the bearish moment. Rohit was not able to swallow the decline in his investment. Meanwhile, the bank continued to pressurize for maintaining the collateral. Things were moving out of control. Finally, Rohit sold his entire investment, mainly due to the fear, pressure from the bank. Over the past 2 years, he had accumulated around 10 lakhs. Just few months ago, he was in a good gain, but he ended up with a 25% loss. The entire loss was just because of the forced selling. Had he avoided loan against share scheme, he wouldn't have been forced to sell his stock during the market downtime. Let's analyze where was he wrong. Investing in stock with borrowed money is a dangerous practice unless you have enough expertise on the subject. This practice can exponentially increase your gain as well as multiply your losses. Almost all sophisticated investors leverage their positions. They know the risk management. They know when and how to leverage. Above all, they have in-depth understanding on the subject. Figure out whether you have enough expertise or not. For retail investors like you and me, it is better to stay away from loan against shares. During the bull run, any investor can do well, but what separates the intelligent investor from the rest is the ability to minimize loss during the market meltdown. Retail investors tend to go for loan against shares during the bull run. After 1 or 2 years of good return, you started believing that you have mastered the game, and then the market will teach you a lesson. Leverage position can even create bankrupt situation during the market fall. So it is better that we retail investors to avoid taking any or borrowing any money on our shares. Now let's go to the last phase of Rohit. Enough is enough, said Rohit. After 3 unsuccessful attempts, Rohit decided to go with some professional stock tip providers. He did some Google search, found so many names. Almost all of them claim 90% plus success ratio, showcased some fabulous past performance. He was confused and so he subscribed for a 3-day free trial from various stock tip providers. After 3 days trial, he started receiving many phone calls from them. One such service provider mentioned that he can make money not only when the market goes up but also when the market goes down through futures and options. Rohit was surprised. Earlier he had suffered loss mainly during the market crash. So making money while market will go down wasn't attractive enough to catch his attention. He was eager to avail the services provided by that stock tip advisors. The only problem was that they were asking for a huge subscription amount. He delayed his decision. On the other hand, they kept on calling him, insisted on joining the package. Finally, he agreed to provide